Good morning. In today's class, we are going to discuss about The Hollow Crown by William Shakespeare. So, before entering into the poem, we have to know about Shakespeare. So, William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor who was born in 26 April 1564 and died at 23 April 1660, and he's a great writer in English language and the world's preeminent of dramatist, and he is considered a national poet of England, and he collaborate and forms 39 plays and 154 sonnets and three long narrative poem and few verses, some of the uncertain authorship, and his plays has been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwrights. Okay, so before entering into the Hollow Crown uh, poem, um, it is a it is extracted from the King Richard II, um, by Shakespeare, and we have to know about the background studies of the Holocron. So this poem is an extracted from the Shakespeare's play King Richard II. King Richard, who was destroyed and outrighted from his royal position by his cousin Henry of Bolingbroke, talks about death, mortality, and the kingship to his subjects. He tells them how death controls all of them, including kings with a great power. So basically, this poem shows it is nothing to be a king. So death is the main thing that controls and conquer everyone. That will be a main theme in this poem. So matter how powerful life, every king is retended powerless before death. So before death, we can't show our power. Death is more power than everything. So Richard too shows his subject how ordinary of a man a king actually is. The poem is written in iambic pentameter. So shall we get into the poem? Yes. So, the first is, let's talk cover our body. Let's talk of grapes, of worms and epidemics. Make dust our paper, and with the rainy eyes write sorrow of blossom of the earth. So the explanation is, the speaker or a king, Richard II, says that they should talk about grapes of worms and epidemics. Involves an image of death by mentioning grapes, worms, tombstone inscription. So as we all know, when we die, we used to bury, right? We used to bury people, and while burying, we would see worms, uh, tombstones, graves, everything. So he is talking about the death that is nearing to him. He says that they should make dust their paper, and with the rainy eyes write sorrow on the blossom of the earth. He further involves decay and sorrow by uh, talking of paper turning to dust and comparing dairy sorrowful eyes to writing instruments. Okay, so he is saying that he is sharing his sorrow and painful story of being a king. Let's choose executors and talk of wills, and yet not so, for what can we benefit? Save our disposed bodies to the ground, our land, our lives, and all, our Bolingbroke's, and nothing can be called our own but death, and that same model of the barren land which serves as paste and cover to our bones. So, in this stanza, he just says that nothing is ours. The only thing that's belong to us is death. Our death is the only thing that belongs to us. Nothing in the world is ours. So he's saying that every will, like we can call the executor. Executor is one who writes a will, right? The officer, but nothing is ours. The death is only thing that is belongs to us. So, and the barren land where we bury, that covers our body. and bones. That's it. Next, for God's sake, for farewell king, for God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and let's talk sad stories of the death of kings. How some have been disposed, some sailed in war, some hunted by the ghosts they have disposed, some poisoned by their wives, some sleeping killed, all murders for within the hollow ground. See, when we see the history of kings that passes all these years, we would see all the king dies very cruciously. For example, in the Hamlet, he's just after killing the king, he was totally absent. He is mentally ill, and he thought some ghost is following him. Okay, and some are killed by their wives, and some killed during the sleep, some killed while participating in war. So the death for king is not natural or nature. It's like someone is killing them or themselves by mental illness they passed away. So all of this is because of that crown. Every king dies only because of the crown. They want to stable themselves to be a king, so they die. Right. So everything within the hollow crown that rounds that moral temple of the king keeps death his coat, and these they the antique sets scoffing his state and grinning at his paw, allowing him a breath, a little skin, to monarchy, be feared and killed with looks, infusing him with self and vain conceit, as if they flesh which uh, walls about our life, where bears impregnable and humus those. Thus comes at the last, and with a little pen bores through his castle wall and farewell king. So after having humored the king in this way, death comes at last, and with a little effort bows through his cattle wall or bodily defense, and bids farewell to the king. The king easily dies because he is unaware of his own mortality. Okay, until he leaves his life, he will be very no within his one look he can control everything, but when the death comes, nothing can control him. Cover our head, I am a king. Cover your head, cover your head, I am a king. Cover your heads, and mock not flesh and blood with salmon reverence. Thrown away respect, tradition, forms, and ceremonies duty. For you have but mistook me all this while. I live with bread like you, feel what, taste grief, need friends subjected thus. How can you say to me, I am a king? See, how sad is to be a king. He's just saying, I am just like you. I don't worship or glorify the blood or head of us. Just think about that. You all mistook me, like mistaken me that we are king. But just like you, I want bread to eat. I want to feel the feeling. I want to taste grief. Need friends like you. See, most of the big family people or having money doesn't matter. You need some friends. You need some good friends to share your emotion. So he don't even have the friends. So he is saying that I am also like you, I need some friends. So don't subjected me like I am the king, I am just like you. So he's saying that I want to be normal, I want to be a common man like us. So uh, this is the main theme of the Hollow Crown, which is written by Shakespeare. I hope you all understood this poem. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.